Hello everybody. Today I'm going to guide you through the tax exempt customers plugin for CubeCart version 5, which is available from noodleman.co.uk. This plugin is really aimed at those shop owners who have products which sometimes have tax exempt for certain types of customers. So to give a real world example of that, mobility shops, shops that sell items for people with disabilities. Some customers who have disabilities do not have to pay tax on items, whereas everybody else would need to pay tax on that specific item. So what we've done is we've put together a module that allows the customer to say whether or not they are exempt from paying tax, and the cart will then recalculate based on the information provided. As an admin, you have control over whether or not you can manually add people or remove people from this configuration as well. So I'm just going to jump in and show you the configuration screen first of all, and I'll talk you through the options. So the very first thing here is license information. Just a real quick overview. All of the modules that are provided from noodleman.co.uk require a license. Demo licenses are available upon request, so you can try before you buy. So just open a support ticket, request a key, and I'll send you one. So once you've got a valid license key, the only option to configure for this plugin is the tax exempt customers configuration, which is the customer notice as you see here. This is the information that you would like the customer to see when they're completing the registration form for an account, either through the register account page or during the checkout process. Existing users will also see this option at the checkout page if they have not previously declared they have a tax exempt status. Now I'll give you some examples of this. Okay, well before I do that, actually let me show you the product configuration first and the groups. So this plugin will create a customer group, and I will show you this now, customer groups. And this customer group is called tax exempt customers, and it just gives some information here about do not change the group name, and there are some dependencies on this group name. So customers will automatically be added to this group dependent on their status and if they request to be added to the group. So I'm going to show you, at the moment we have one customer here, which is just a test one I created a moment ago, and this one is already in the tax exempt customers group. Now, let me show you the product configuration and why customer groups are important. Okay, I'm going to use my test product. And remember, this is all test data. This is a store that's a very basic configuration and purely for development work. So, and giving examples. So, I'm going to go to the pricing of my test product, and here you see we have a drop-down menu. We have retail pricing, and we have tax exempt customer pricing. Now, this is the customer group that you saw a moment ago. So, retail pricing, this is a price that everyone will pay unless you're a member of that tax exempt customers group. So we can see that standard tax is being added to the retail pricing. Let's check the exempt customers. So tax exempt customers have the same price, but the tax class is tax exempt. So I'm going to put this into a real world example, and I'm going to show you how this works. So first of all, test category, test product, I'm going to add to my basket. I'm going to view the basket, and I see here VAT tax, and this is 20% tax, and we can see the price here, tax is being included. So let's register for an account as part of the checkout process. Checkout. I'm going to just put some general information in here. Okay, phone number. I guess we should put some real numbers in. Okay, now this is the option you saw on the plugin configuration screen. I have a disability and do not pay tax on mobility products. So I've just worded this so that you can see the real world example today. So I'm going to tick this box because I have a disability. Well, let's put in some address information. I live there, and I'm from, let's pick a random state. Yes, there. I agree to the terms and conditions, and I'm going to create an account. Let's see if we can navigate this. There we go. Okay, and check out. So you can see now tax has disappeared, and it's all because I ticked that checkbox. So if I go back to the admin view and go to the customer list, you'll see here's the customer that we just created and is already in this tax exempt customers group. So you can see customer groups. They are a member of the tax exempt customer groups. Now, had the person who was checking out not ticked that box, they would not be added to the group and the tax would still be applied. So all future orders, this customer I've just created, will have the tax exempt rule applied unless you as the admin manually remove them from that group. So let's go to the basket. Now whilst I've got the basket here on the page, I'm going to go back to the admin. I'm going to remove this customer from the group and save. And all I'm going to do is refresh this page. And there we go, you can see the tax has come back. So because they are no longer in that group, tax is being applied again. And you can use this to leverage who pays tax on specific products. So let's see what else have we got here. The registration form, so let me log out. If you go to the register page, we have the same option. I have disability and do not pay tax on mobility products. So as long as that's ticked when the user registers their account, they'll be added to the group automatically, and all the products that you have configured to be tax exempt will not be charged tax when they check out. Okay, there is one other option, and this is to bear consideration for those people who already have customers and want to start using this plugin. So you want the ability for your existing customers to be able to add themselves to that group if they should be in that group. So let's log in as an existing user. So I'm going to log in as me here, which is me@you.com. Put in my password. Okay, so I'm an existing user, and you can see I'm not in the tax exempt customers group. I've still got the test product in my cart, so I'm going to go here, and here we go. I have the tax being added here. So you can see now I have this tax exempt box, and we have the familiar option with the checkbox here. Now, something to note here is if an existing customer wants to add themselves to the group, they have to tick the box and then update the basket. So I've just written in italics here, that you need to update the basket after selecting this option. Now, this tax exempt screen here, this is all actually done through your template. So you can style this as per your skin for your shop. Now, all I've done is basically said if the variable exists for this particular configuration, then display this new box and this little grid here. I'll put an example of how to do that in the install instructions, and then you can hopefully use the information from the example and tweak it for your skin. So here we go. I'm going to tick the box, update basket. There we go. So let me go and refresh this page. I have a feeling it's going to ask me to log back in. It is. Okay, so we can now see this customer is in the tax exempt customer group. And we can see here when they updated their cart, tax has been removed. Now, if I add products that also have tax rules for tax exempt people, we'll still be charged tax, but obviously only for those specific products. So it's quite powerful, and it allows your users to really declare whether or not they have to pay tax. So if there are any questions about this particular plugin, or if you wish to have a demo license, or even if you'd like to see some enhancements, please let me know, and I'll take those on board and I'll work with them. Okay, thank you very much for your time.